I'd like to see Rhodes a little bit more. What do you guys think?
We saw a little bit of Rhodes, right? What was the
Yeah.
snap count for the day? Did anyone see snap count?
I
yet?
haven't seen it. Sal's usually pretty good about sending that out. I haven't seen it yet. I know. One, Amari Cooper was giving everybody the business today.
Oh my God,
so
he's so good.
I'm like, don't get me wrong. Dane also got plenty of it, but he got Taryn, he got DeMar. Amari Cooper was giving everybody the business today. I will say, if you ask me to name who are going to be the two starting corners in the playoffs this year, I'd bet you a good nickel that is Trey White and Kaiir Elam. And neither of them were playing today. So I think the Kaiir Elam will be that guy once we get in the playoffs, but we need him to be in enough to get that spot. And I think we hopefully see that here at least by that Patriots game, if not the Jets game. And then what I want is like the last 4 weeks, everybody together playing right to go into the playoffs and not have to be guessing at that point. But I don't think Dane Jackson will be a starter in the playoffs.
I think this is going to be the thing that pisses Twitter off so much, because I think it's actually going to be Dane Jackson rolling into the playoffs as the starter, regardless of even continued play like we've seen. I think they're going to roll with proven production in the scheme or proven trust in the scheme over Elam. I think they'll still get Elam in, and I think they'll platoon that cornerback too, and maybe even with Trey here. We don't know what's going on with Trey and how long this. I don't think he's going to play next week either on that Detroit turf, so we're going to at least be maybe another week. And then how does they rotate him coming back, and where's he at coming back? But I think they continue to platoon. But I think they do give Jane. I think they'll keep Dane around. I think he fits pretty well in the scheme, and it's frustrating to watch him get beat. But so was Levi, and the coaches ultimately trust them. They do.
Now, I will say there's a lot of logic and history to what you're saying. The only exception.
Hey guys, Cover One is excited to announce our new partnership with BetUS. BetUS has a live wagering on all major games, the best betting variety in the business, and an easy deposit and withdrawal process with the fastest payouts in the industry. Our loyal Cover One fans get a choice between two exclusive offers, either a 125% sign-up bonus on your first deposit up to $2,500 or a free $50 bet with no deposit required. Just use promo code COVER1 on the links provided in the show description below. BetUS, where the game begins.
Now, I will say there's a lot of logic and history to what you're saying. The only exception has been those first round guys.
First round picks. I get it.
So I think that he was starting. If he had
Elam's coming on too.
I think
Elam's coming on. But this injury, how long is this injury going to go for him? Is he back next week? Like, I don't know how the cautious they're going to be with him. I just think they have trust in
back full participants. I think he was probably close.
Trending, yeah.
Yeah, he was close today, but they figured with everything going on.
I think I might put my money where I might put my money where my mouth is, Greg. I'm not sure if I'm living by that take yet, but I will place a bet with you in the next couple of weeks.
All right.
Here, I see what's trending.
We get to see through the New England game. We get the Lions after the New England game. We got to pick.
Okay.
So we got to pick who's going to be that guy going forward. We'll decide then.
I think the thing that just worries me, guys, real quick about Dane, though, is what I don't like is the physical. He's getting the physical battle. Benford's not looking for the ball much, which is a technique thing, but I just get worried about Dane because he just looks like physically he's just outmatched right now, and that's what worries me about him more than anything.
Yeah, I think some of that is baked into a little bit of what Greg said about Amari Cooper. I think Amari Cooper physically outmatches a lot of defensive backs in the league. And, I mean, it comes back to what we were saying about the offense and the complaints that we have about the offense. Like, this is still the number one defense in the NFL with Dane Jackson, with Christian Benford. And I think Elam gives them some things they want to do more in terms of matchup and ability to maybe play some man and do some more things with the safeties. So I think I understand where Greg's coming from of that desire of them to want to get him in. But I think they're also happy and content to roll with a guy like a Dane Jackson, if that's your weak link, right, Greg? We talk about weak links in a unit all the time. And I think they can feel like they can cover up quite a bit of stuff with a Levi Wallace, Dane Jackson type cornerback too.
Yeah, the physical nature of obviously, Amari Cooper's not even at the top end when you're talking about a
Right.
Justin Jefferson the week before and things like that. There isn't an answer for that per se. Now, maybe Trey can. Trey can go shot for shot with a high-end guy.
But he's been
even
bullied.
Then,
yeah,
like it's in today's NFL, the rules are not set for corners to shut anybody down. Now, I will say the reason they drafted Kaiir Elam in the first round is 6'1", runs a 4.38, long
be
arms.
sticky. Yeah.
He's the kind of guy who can go up and make plays. And I will say maybe today he might have made a play on one or two of those, contested catches against Donovan Peoples-Jones or Amari Cooper. He still would have got beaten a couple times too, but maybe his, height, wingspan, in speed, maybe he makes a play in one or two of those that don't get completed. And that's why you draft a guy like that. We just need him to get on the field healthy and trending back to be able to use him.
Dane Jackson made a hell of a play in the run game on short yardage play on a run blitz in that Minnesota game that changed a drive and forced a punt. Like, I get it. There's the frustration. One thing I want to push back on a little bit, Todd, because I get this one in my mentions quite a bit, because I tweeted out about how I actually thought the young DBs were in position a ton of times today. That was frustrating, is the not ability to make a play on the ball, which I agree, Greg, like Elam probably has a little bit more of that ability on tape from some of these other guys. But everyone, when they just say turn your head, like Greg, that's one that frustrates me, because I think in that moment it's easier for us on our couches to say like, oh, turn his head as that ball is coming in. But sometimes you don't know. And like a guy like Jefferson against Minnesota, his like quick catch ability, you don't really know the ball is coming until it's in his hands. Like defensive backs talk about that. It looks easy on TV to say, oh, he should just turn his head and do that. But if you watch the whole entire rest of the NFL, most cornerbacks aren't able to turn their head and make those plays that everybody wants them to.
Yeah, no, that's 100. Yeah, I totally agree.
All right.
Yeah, it just, like I've noticed over the course of the last 3 weeks, it seems like Benford and Jackson have kind of had similar things where they're, not looking at the ball, but I mean,
they're just trying to keep up. I think they're not as athletic.
Well, that's why they're 6th-round picks compared to Elam. That's, a first-round pick. So it's for a reason. Even, I mean, they had the pass interference on Hamlin today, which I thought was horrible.
Egregious. I don't want to talk.
He was looking at the ball. I mean, he did everything right there. He had his hand on his hip, but I mean, he did everything right and they still caught. So that was horrible. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I think that's just the difference between a guy that's a 6th-round pick, maybe, and the talent of a 1st-round pick. It's just, you have to live with it sometimes,
Yeah, for sure. And that's what they're setting up for. And it's, there's no good way to go about that and do it. It's, you just need to, hopefully get guys in position and then get some of that talent in there so they can, utilize it in that that kind of spot.
What are you snacking on, Greg?
I'm trying to get some almonds.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a little.
I need a snack.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Appreciate
Hey, thanks for
Todd,
coming on, man. Thanks for coming on, Todd. Appreciate it, man. It's a good conversation. The turning and looking, man, when I made that post about the DBs, my mentions were full of it. And I do think some of it, like maybe you do get that with Elam, right? And there is the difference. But I really thought the defensive backs were that Terran touchdown. Amari Cooper makes a fantastic play on the ball. And Terran's not going to win that physical matchup a lot of times, but he was right there. He had his hand literally on the ball, like in between the ball and Amari Cooper, and Cooper just makes a great play. And Brissett really made a ton of really nice throws in some of those spots today too. That just beat the coverage. All right, I should wrap this up. I got to get to bed at a reasonable. There's no school tomorrow, even though we only got like 7 inches of snow.
Are you off for the week?
They canceled school tomorrow because it's such so damaging to the whole area. Like a lot of teachers and people like that, support staff.
So just school on Tuesday then, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and I might just keep the kids home. F it. YOLO, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a good idea. I mean, you got game film to watch.
Well, then I should send the kids to school.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
that's the opposite.
Send them to school. Never mind.
That's right. We'll see.
Well, I was thinking they were going to help you with the game film, obviously.
Oh, God,
right?
no. Oh, my God, no. My kids don't help. We don't have a lot of attention span over here in my house. I don't know how other kids operate. Ours is
my daughter was actually calling out the score today.
Hey,
she was like, she has no idea what she's
My
at yet. But
son saw Ed Oliver make a play. He really liked that. He heard his name, and he ran upstairs and got his Ed Oliver jersey. And that was about the attention span for the game that he had. Then he
That's all
went
right.
off
That's
and
still
did
pretty
something
cool.
else.
That's
Hey,
still-
it was a start. It was a start. I'll take it. But anyways, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, this is fun, guys.
Coming
Yeah,
on
for
and
sure.
ranting with me. I missed you, Greg, tonight. That's the only
Victory
reason I
Sunday.
did this.
Big dubs.
Got
Well-
a good audience in here today too. I think
Yeah,
there's
this is a lot of
people
fun. We had a lot of people in here. Todd, appreciate everybody who jumped up on stage. This is great.
Yeah, man, appreciate everybody, and make sure you're checking out everything we're doing over at Cover One while we're here.
Yeah.
The post game show. If you didn't get a chance to check out Greg and Greg on the post game show tonight, that's good watching as you're looking for something to enjoy Victory Sunday with. And other than that, we'll have you covered all week. So make sure you're jumping in. But yeah, guys, thanks a lot. And I'm going to start spontaneously doing these spaces, whether the people want it or not.
Yeah, you're going to get it whether you want it or not.
That's
Just like an
exactly.
airdrop.
Everybody enjoy Victory Monday.